Hi, this is Gary with MACMOST.com. Let's take a look at some useful and some just fun Google tools. MACMOST is brought to you thanks to a great group of more than 1,000 supporters. Go to MACMOST.com/Patreon. There you could read more about it, join us, and get exclusive content and course discounts. So most of the time when you use Google, either by going to the Google homepage or just typing in the address bar in Safari, you just want to get some search results. But there are a whole bunch of different Google tools that can come up if you search for the right things. For instance, let's say you just want to get some random numbers. You can type random numbers and a little random number generator tool will come up. It'll start with a minimum of 1, maximum of 10, but you can change that to whatever you want and then click generate and it will generate a new number. So you can generate as many of these as you want. But there's some variations on this. For instance, if you type dice roll, then you get this little die roller here and you can keep rolling and select a different type of die. You can add a whole bunch to it and roll them all at once. And you can click here and add modifiers, do lots of different things. Another thing you can do is simply flip a coin. If you type that, you get this coin flip here. And after each flip you can just click flip again. You also can bring up a timer tool by typing timer and it starts here at a 5-minute timer. You can stop it and reset it and then start again. You could also click in here and it's going to try to autofill, but you can just type in whatever you want. So if you want to do 9 minutes, type 900 and you get a 9-minute timer and you can start it. There's also a stopwatch here that you could start and stop. Now you can also use Google as a calculator. So type any kind of formula into Google search like that and then return. Notice how it's going to warn me here that I'm leaving this stopwatch page. And you'll get the result here and the result's going to be shown in this calculator interface. So you can continue to use the calculator here to get various results by typing on the keyboard or clicking on these buttons. If you ever just want to get straight to the calculator, just type calculator. You can also do conversions. So you could type something like this into Google, say 5 miles in meters, and you're going to get the result here and then it's going to take you to this tool where you can do conversions of all sorts. Now if you like math stuff, you may want to try typing in a mathematical formula into Google search like sine of x, and not only will you get some information here, but you're going to get a graph for it generated by Google. And you could do things like zoom in on it and out and such. And you could do more complex things. So for instance x, I'm going to use the caret symbol to square it plus y like that. And guess what? I'm going to get a 3-dimensional graph here. And one last numbers one. If you type in a large number and you type equals English like that, it's going to spell the number out for you. So that could be handy because you can copy and paste this. Or for some people they're not sure exactly how to spell out a combination of numbers like this. Now there's a lot of information that you can get from Google without having to go to a specific web page. For instance, if I just type weather, then I can get the local weather here. It's going to ask to use my location. And I get this cool little bit of weather here at the top. And it's even got some functionality in it. Another one is color picker. And you get this color picker here. You can make adjustments and everything and get, say, the hex value for certain colors. You also can get nutritional information. So type something like this and then type the word nutrition after it. And sometimes you'll get information here at the top that comes from different websites. But on the right you get all this information from Google about the nutritional values of the item. And sometimes you can modify what's in here. So for instance here I can change and pick a specific item and get the information about it. You can also get dictionary definitions. Now sometimes these will turn up if you just type a word. But to make sure you get the dictionary definition first, type the word define and then colon and then the word like that. And you're going to get the dictionary definition right here. You even get a pronunciation. Clever. Now a new thing Google has added is a grammar checker. I find this is kind of hit or miss, but let me show you one example that definitely works. I'll type something here and have a grammatical mistake in it. Now the idea here is sometimes you'll get a grammar checker automatically, but to make sure that you get it, supposedly, type grammar check and then return, and you're going to get this grammar check here and it's going to underline the problem. Note that if I were to change this and have it be correct, I get a green check mark instead. Sometimes I found that even typing grammar check doesn't bring this up though. On one more informational one, if you type fun facts into Google, you'll get regular search results down here, but you will get a fun fact at the top. And you can hit Command R for a refresh in Safari and it will give you another one. How about some musical ones? You can type Metronome into Google and you'll get a metronome tool. And you can use that to keep time, maybe while you're playing an instrument in front of your computer. And if you click on this tool here to go down, you'll see there's a tuner tool as well. So you would type Google Tuner to get to this. And this allows you to use your microphone and tune your guitar. Also, if you type Rockmore, you're going to get a Google Doodle. More on that in a bit. And this is actually something that allows you to learn how to play the theremin. Here's another one that could come in handy. The Apple Watch has this great little kind of breathing exercise thing. You can do that with Google on your computer. So you can type breathing exercise and you come up with this tool here that you could use to take a break. Similarly, you could type spinner and you get this spinning tool which allows you to choose a random number. It's another version of the random numbers I was talking about before, except there's a switch here and it becomes a fidget spinner that you can just kind of spin there on your computer screen. Handy if you're on a boring Zoom call and you don't have anything with you that you could fidget with. You can just bring this up in another window. Now, like this, there are tons of games that you could play that Google provides. Type Solitaire and you get a little solitaire game that you can play. Now, a lot of these are part of Google Doodles. Those are things that appear on the Google homepage for just one day to commemorate a special event or anniversary or something. And if you type Doodles here, then you'll get a link right there at the top for Google Doodles. You can just go to google.com/doodles and you can search all the past ones. So there are tons and tons of different little tricks and fun things and games and everything in here. If you type Doctor Who 50th, then you're going to come up with the Doctor Who 50th anniversary game, which is almost 10 years old now. And you could play this little platformer puzzle game right here and have some fun. Another really good one is a more recent game called Champion Island. And you come up with a bunch of these. And these are pretty comprehensive games with lots of graphics and gameplay and all of that. Outside of Google Doodles, if you were to search for Conway's Game of Life, you get a definition about Conway's Game of Life, which is an early computer game all the way back from 1970 that basically generates patterns based on a simple mathematical rule. And you can read about it. It's a fascinating part of computer history. But in addition to that, if you notice on the right side of the page, it's actually simulating this game and you could kind of watch it as the pattern grows and grows. I want to show you one last game. This is actually a really hard one to get to and it's kind of interesting how you get there. Type text adventure. And now you get a search result. And there doesn't seem to be anything here to play. But what you can do at this point is go into the developer tools. You do that in Safari by having the develop menu turned on. So in Safari settings, make sure under advanced you've got show develop menu in menu bar and then you can go to develop show web inspector. Once you're in the web inspector, switch to console, which shows you messages produced by the web page. From all, go instead to logs and you're only going to see log messages. And you'll see here that the last message presented is, would you like to play a game? Type yes. And now you're going to get this game here that you can play. You can read the messages here, ignore the code that's generated, and just read the dark black text. And you can play this text adventure game that's hidden inside the code of the Google results for the term text adventure. Now there are a lot more things like this In Google Doodles, for instance, you can find hundreds of different things. And there's a lot more information you can get from Google that may pop up on the right side, like those nutritional facts. I hope this video gives you some that you could use right now and the encouragement to explore to find more on your own. Hope you found this useful. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video, click the thumbs up button below to let me know. I publish new tutorials each weekday. Hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out.